I wonder who's gonna last longer, me or them? Today we're gonna be determining the value of this, the community center. The thing that is asked of you to fix up because everyone else is too busy not building an empire. The town does have one elected official, Mayor Lewis, who should be responsible for fixing this up, using the town's funds, asking for help, taxes, whatever the case. He doesn't do it, so it's up to us. And I'd wager the value of this is equally divisible by the amount of gold bars it takes to make a solid gold Lewis. After touching the gibberish on the floor, don't forget to check the mail or the wizard won't let you in. In theory, this should be pretty straightforward to accomplish. All we need to do is finish every single room in a single day. I've frozen time just for that. As we go through the bundle, we're going to make 2 of every item we need. One is going to go into the community center and the other is going to go into the shipping bin. Then overnight, we're going to see the overall value of this thing. Might as well start with the one that everyone finishes first anyway. Now, not only are we going to sell the items we need to complete the community center, but we're also going to sell the rewards as is. If we get seeds, we're not going to grow them. We're simply going to sell what we get. So these spring seeds we are going to sell, and I forgot to get extras of the forageables already. And of course, every time we finish a bundle, we get a new room unlocked, so that means we have more work to do. But I've just noticed something. Before I get too much further into this, I'm definitely going to want the bigger backpack because I'm going to fill this up a few times. And then I'm going to put all my tools that I so very rarely use into the chest on my farm. That way my backpack is strictly for community center items. And just like that, our very small part of the community center is complete. Next, let's do the construction bundle. And the reward for completing this simple little guy is a charcoal kiln. Some of this stuff we may or may not be able to sell. I'm not really sure yet. If we can't sell it, we obviously can't get the value for it. And summer foraging rewards us with 30 summer seeds. How fitting. And for fall foraging, let me guess, fall seeds? The winter forageables I think are going to be the most valuable of the forageables. Things tend to get more valuable from spring onwards, so therefore winter generally has the more expensive stuff, but we'll find out for sure later on. Now obviously bundles like this are going to vary a little bit because we've got 5 items to give and we've got 9 options, so I'm basically just going to go with the top row because there's no really good way to do this anyway. These ones are going to be worth quite a bit thanks to the mushrooms, the purple one in particular, plus items in the desert, always worth a bit more. The reward for that is Autumn's Bounty, plus 2 foraging, plus 2 defense. Not the greatest food in the world, but still not bad. After donating some of the garbage we found on the ground, the Junimos gave us a bunch of furniture, more useful than any of the townsfolk. Since that's one room neatly wrapped up, I'm going to go throw all that stuff in the bin to kind of keep track of it. If I can manage to do this one room per bin trip, that's going to keep it nice and organized for me. And of course, I'm going to take a quick glance every time I do to make sure I'm not screwing anything up, because believe me, I can screw things up in a big hurry. It all looks pretty good, so everything in the bin, the charcoal kiln cannot be sold, so I'm just going to set it somewhere around the bin so we can at least look at it. That's where my kids go for timeout. Which room do you want to do next? The fish tank? Well, that's too bad. I'm going to do the fish tank later. I think we'll do the crops and animals and stuff one, because this one's kind of fun. I always enjoy the crops. Spring crops rewards us with 20 speed grow. Summer crops get us 1 quality sprinkler. That definitely can be sold. Fall crops hopefully get us something a little better. A bee house. I don't think we can sell that, but we can get bees. Quality crops you'd think would have a more valuable reward because they're harder to get, but it's a preserves jar. I don't think we can sell that. And I also got 1 item too many, so I'm throwing the pumpkins away. Which is kind of a shame because the pumpkins were definitely the most valuable of any of those. The artisan bundle, which might be the hardest one to complete, gets you a keg. Okay, a lot of this stuff isn't going to be worth much money because it's just items you can use. They have value in other ways. And the final piece to this room, the animal bundle, everyone's favorite. And a cheese press, probably not worth anything by itself, but hey, whatever. We now have a beautiful brand new kitchen that no one is going to use. Does anyone know what the Junimo says right there? Someone deciphered their language. It's out there on the internet. Someone let me know. While you're doing that, I'm going to go throw this room into the bin. Some of the rewards, a cheese press, preserve jar, bee house, and keg cannot be sold, so they're just going to sit around by my charcoal kiln. More toys for my kids to play in. Or live in. That's actually the entire left side of this place done already, so this is going a lot quicker than I thought. The fish and the bulletin board are going to take a little bit longer. These other 2 are easy. Let's get this one out of the way because this one's just money. This has always been my favorite one because money. It's basically Joja Light. Just pay for everything and get the rewards for it. It costs a grand total of 42,500 gold to complete that. A little bit pricey, but not too bad. And the reward for restoring Mayor Lewis's fancy office with a clearly empty safe is 1 lightning rod, 30 quality fertilizer, 1 crystallarium, and 3 chocolate cakes. I don't know why we have a massive, ridiculous large safe considering the town clearly doesn't have any money. Anyways, I gotta go throw this stuff in the bin to keep it consistent. Only half of those items were sellable, 3 chocolate cakes, 30 quality fertilizer. The other items are going on the ground. This does kind of put it into perspective what completing a community center will get you. All of this stuff is pretty helpful, can make a lot of different stuff with that. Next, let's go ahead and tackle the boiler room because it's pretty easy to do. You'd think Clint might have stepped up to the plate on this one. I'm sure he's got a few of these lying around. He sends them to me in the mail sometimes. The reward for doing Clint's job for him is a furnace, also of which he has many. And for the wizard bundle, I just realized the shield in that picture had the symbol of Yoba on it. Not sure if that's any indication of anything at all, but there's a small magnet ring. That is worth something to sell, I think, to the Adventurers Guild perhaps. This one is all done. 5 Omni Geodes. Now unfortunately those aren't worth anything in their base form like that. If you process them they are, but I'm not going to process them because you get so many different things to do that. I just want the base value of things. No further effort required. Wow, just like that we only have 2 bundles left. This is actually going faster than I thought for once. Normally they take 10 times longer to do. Anyways, all the spare parts into the bin. Cannot sell the furnace or the small magnet ring. Not going to sell it to the Adventurers Guild. It's just going to go somewhere. You know what? I'm just going to wear the magnet ring for now. If I can't throw it in the bin overnight, we can't get the value of it. Which one do I want to do first? I don't really want to do either of them because they're both fairly busy, but whatever, let's dive into this. Of course, friendship is the most valuable thing of all. Without that, what do we have? 5 gold bars, that's worth some money. Why does the fodder bundle take apples? Can you feed the animals apples? Someone shoot their animals with an apple. Let me know if that works. We're getting Demetrius all the stuff he can't be bothered to get for himself. You get a recycling machine. And I would love to recycle that friendship. Emily's crazy bundle rewards us with a seed maker, one of my favorite items in the game. And finally the bundle for Gus, who apparently is a chef despite the fact that he never really cooks, with the exception of one festival. 3 pin cakes. That's worth some money. I find those in the garbage sometimes too. Where Gus's food belongs. Now this one has to be worth some money. There's some pretty exotic and rare items. We got 5 gold bars, mushrooms, all sorts of things. That's interesting. Starting to get quite the collection of items I'll never use. And finally, just a fish tank. I do enjoy fishing, but this is going to be so much easier than doing it the hard way. Actually, the fish tank might end up being the most valuable because all the fish are going to be worth quite a bit. If the rewards are bait, maybe not, but the fish themselves are going to add up. The Lakefish bundle got us a dress spinner. That is pretty expensive to buy. I can't remember what it sells for, but it might be over 1,000 gold by itself. Ocean fishing, warp totems. I love warp totems for the reason that they save me a walk. I don't use them enough because I always play with mods, but playing vanilla game, make a lot of warp totems, everyone. Oh look, a glow ring. How exciting. Oh, of course, because I finished a night fishing bundle. How would I night fish without my little glow ring? For completing a crab pot bundle, you get more crab pots, because you haven't already had enough of these yet. These guys have got to be worth something being that they're hard to find and hard to catch. For completing a hard to catch fish bundle, 5 Dish of the Sea, plus 3 fishing. That's worth a lot for the fishing skill. As for its actual value, I have no idea. That bundle does complete the community center, so we can sell everything overnight. We don't have a choice at this point. I'm not sure if we get anything afterwards in the mail once you do the community center scene. I can't remember, but we'll see the value. And they're all very happy that I've evicted them from this world. So enjoy going back to wherever it is you came from. Thanks for the furniture. Goodbye. Do they say anything different? I'm going to watch these guys for a while. I've never really seen them do this before. And the beautiful thing about the fish tank is everything you get is sellable, the rewards and the items needed to complete it. If anyone wants to take a guess on how much all this is going to be worth, do it now because we're going to see the value. As soon as we watch Junimos fix everything ever. The value overall is lower than I would have expected, only 31,000 gold. I was thinking a little over 50,000. Things might change a little bit depending on what items you use exactly to complete the bundles, but not by more than a few thousand gold. Now, given that the entire value of the community center is 31,075 gold, 18,055 gold was on the items we gave to it. It was a total of 13,020 that we got back from it in rewards. So 18,000 gold in items donated and 13,000 back. But we of course do have to include the vault room, which is worth 42,500 in itself, so we actually donated about 60,000 gold to the community center and got 13,000 back in rewards. But of course, doing a community center isn't a way to make money, that's not the point of it. And assuming it would take 10 gold bars to make 1 solid gold Lewis, if we take the 60,000 we put into the community center and bought gold bars with it, that would give us enough for about 24 solid gold Lewises. Which would make Lewis or Marnie very happy and still be a better use of the town's funds than what he's currently doing with it. And then of course, there's good old Joja Mart. What's the value of that? Well, if you do the whole thing and buy Joja Mart, it's 140,000 gold total. The community center costs 60,000 gold, so it's less than half the price of Joja Mart. Joja Mart is a lot faster and easier, but you are going to spend over twice as much money. But in my opinion, it's that much faster and easier that you probably want to consider it if you're going for profit. I think I missed the point of this game. If anyone has any more fun ideas, let me know in the comments below. I've still got a ton of ideas for Stardew Valley, but I do want to get into other games as well. So let me know what other games are out there, even if they're not like Stardew Valley. If you want to see me play them, let me know down below. Hope you all liked it. Thanks for watching.